want something good? Yeah. Come get it, girls. Come and get it. You better check it out. Okay, unimpressed. Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, are you all having crazy rains like we are here? It wasn't supposed to rain last night, and by golly, it did, and it's supposed to rain all day today. And then we are going to have some really, really hot weather. So I thought I would, fresh chives, bring you along, and let's make a dish that is really appropriate for those dog days of summer. Stay tuned. Well, here in Southwest Ohio, we usually have some nigh on to 100-degree days, but usually not till like August can be our hottest month of the year. Sometimes in July, but middle of June, this is definitely early for us to be forecast to have such hot weather. So I was trying to think of something that, kind of wouldn't heat up the house, because by the time you watch this, a lot of the Midwest will be in a heat wave. And yes, Ohio is in the Midwest. So first thing I'm gonna do here is, as you saw in the video, I was giving the girls some carrots peels. They were totally unimpressed. They're not spoiled or anything. They much prefer worms, mealworms, or they absolutely love berries. So far, all the raspberries and strawberries I've gotten, I've fed to them because it's so much fun to watch them. So the first thing I am going to do is, I guess I should tell you what we're making, shouldn't I? It's called, what I've always heard it called, everyone wants the recipe salad, or ramen noodle salad. Now y'all may be like, I don't eat ramen noodles. You don't use the seasoning packet in the way I make it. So you're not getting all those really bad chemicals that are in the seasoning packet. So first thing I did was just peeled up 3 carrots, and I'm gonna make my own coleslaw mix. So this is something else I wanna encourage you. I had spoken in an earlier video about trying to make things from scratch and not paying for someone else to cut it up. Same with things like shredded cheese or French onion soup mix, etc. So I know this is really loud. So I have my food processor here, and I'm just gonna shred these up and shred up some cabbage, and I will bring you back to show you what my coleslaw mix looks like. Stay tuned. Doesn't get any more farm to table than this, right? So I shared in my community tab that I got a very strange crop of radishes. And guys, what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna finely chop up the chives. I'll come over here so you can hear me better. Oops, pardon my hand. So a lot of times this recipe will call for green onions. I don't have any green onions right now. So I love radishes, and these are not as hot as you might imagine. So I've tried giving the girls the greens. They're like, meh. What they really like is worms and berries, like I said. So not spoiled though. And little ornery Miss Fancy Ray, I was mucking out the coop this morning, and that little stinker, she slipped at the door. I did clip their wings, just wing, singular, and yeah, they can flap around, but they can't fly. One of the things that I had noticed is everything would be all calm in the chicken world. I would look out, and there would sit Miss Jolene on the nuts. Little spoiled thing. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not doing very well here and showing you what I'm doing. I mean, I'm sure you all know how to chop things. So one of the things that I love about having a garden is, you know, you're in the mood for something really delicious and fresh, and it can be right outside your back door. Even if you're container gardening, you know, that doesn't change the availability. So it's really nice to put some very fresh tastes of summer, even though in Ohio it's a little early for gardens. And guys, I keep going over here to rewash because I think I have them clean, and then I think I see dirt, but well, dirt never hurt anybody. Yeah, never had radishes quite like this. So there's white, like a yellow color, and then a deep red, which was the first part that was actually ripe. So I've eaten most of those. There's still a little bit more in the garden. I will probably replant if I have more seed. I can't remember. And speaking of garden, y'all, my garden is going nuts. Nuts with all this rain, I tell you. Not only with growth, but also I'm sorry, guys. Weeds. And I hate weeding, but if you keep up with it, it's actually not so bad. So one of the things about growing vegetables organically, besides peace of mind, is you're going to get some odd things. And I do not use any herbicides or pesticides. We'll give you a chance. I don't know if you will even taste like anything. I thought this one was bigger than what it was. He's a weenie one. But you will get some less than beautiful vegetables. And it doesn't mean that they aren't tasty or good. It's just not the appearance that so many of us have grown accustomed to. Yeah, I'm not so sure. It's really fibrous. Cut that part off. Yeah, we're gonna pass on that one. Clean that up in a minute. Easy peasy so far, right? All right. Now we're gonna take a package of the dreaded ramen noodles. Now, I don't know if I can read this, it's so tiny. Enriched wheat flour, vegetable oil, salt, potassium carbonate, sodium carbonate. Okay, even the noodles have preservatives, but I honestly believe by throwing away the seasoning packet, and I just have one little package here of ramen noodles. You can do more if you prefer. And what we want to do here, I'm really doing a terrible job today, is break it up if I can. There we go. Started. I'm trying not to fling it everywhere. I've already made a pretty huge mess. Yes, I'm pretty good for that. And this will soften. You do want to do this ahead of time. Leave it in the refrigerator for like 6 hours, something like that, so the noodles will somewhat soften and be ready to eat. But this is really good. And if you're a meat eater and you want to add more meat to it, you could put chicken. There's just so many options. If you want a little fruit, you could do mandarin oranges, because this is going to have sort of an Asian flair. So I'm just going to take a handful of sunflower seeds. So I'm adding a little bit of protein. Let me kind of clean this mess up, and we'll get started on one final salad ingredient and the dressing. Stay tuned. So here's what we have so far. One of the things I do like to add is a little bit of white sesame seed, because again, this has an Asian flair. Oops, I'm on strength today. But one of my absolute favorite things to add, y'all, have you seen the Blue Diamond salt and vinegar? My mouth is watering just thinking about it. almonds. So, so good. Now you can leave these whole. I prefer to have them a little bit chopped because getting a great big bite of almond isn't always pleasant, and you don't want somebody to break their tooth. So I'm just gonna chop them up. Not slivered, just chopped, kind of coarsely. But this adds such a nice bite of salt and a tang of vinegar, and our salad dressing that we're going to be making also has a nice tang of salt and vinegar. And when you have cuts on your hands, it doesn't feel real great. So I want to thank you all for your kind concern and comments. I apologize for not having a Saturday video. Yeah, I just go through periods where I have a lot of stomach trouble, and we shall just leave it at that. And yeah, I was pretty under the weather for about 3 days, honestly. So, all right, so now let me get the salt and vinegar off my hand. So another advantage of this salad is it doesn't require refrigeration like a mayonnaise-based salad would. Wow, I have made a big mess today. All right, so what we're gonna start with, I'm going to use my organic avocado oil. I just love the taste of it. We're gonna do about 1/2 cup. And y'all, I'm not measuring. Then I'm going to put a little bit, and guys, little is the word here, of sesame seed oil. If you put a ton, like any more than 1/2 teaspoon, you are going to regret it. A little bit of salt. So maybe 1/2 teaspoon, since we do have salt in the almonds. About 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Let me grab my garlic, granulated garlic. That's honey. There we go. And y'all, the beauty of this recipe is you can pretty much make it, now my nose itches, any way you want. So I'm going to use about a scant teaspoon of granulated garlic. Now for vinegar, you can add pretty much any vinegar type that you want. I've done it with balsamic. I've done it with white. I forgot the sugar, y'all. So you do want about 1/4 cup of sugar. Guess I'm gonna win the Messy Award for today. Some days are like that. Oops. Now we want about 6 tablespoons of vinegar, and I am going to measure the vinegar, and then we'll give it a taste test. And I am using apple cider. I think it gives it a nice tang without being too sour. 4, 5, and 6. You could certainly use a whisk or shake it in a mason jar. That works as well. So let's give that a taste. More vinegar. That might have been a couple more tablespoons. So again, you just want it, and you know what? I'm the only one that's going to be eating this, so I'm going to use the same spoon. Woo! Perfect. So go ahead and pour this over your salad. Give it a good toss. Then cover it with saran wrap and refrigerate for 6 hours, or you can do overnight. What a gorgeous, fresh slop this is. So I'm not going to eat any of the ramen because it's super crunchy, but I'm going to give it a taste test and give you my honest feedback. Stay tuned. All right, you ready for the taste test? So I'm just going to take a small amount. So look at that deliciousness, guys. Yum, yum. It smells amazing. You can really smell the sesame oil. It's fresh. It's delicious. That little bite of sunflower seed and nut really adds to it. I hope you'll give it a try. Drop me a comment below. What is your favorite summer no-cook go-to dish? I will see you all on Thursday. And in the meantime, be well, be healthy, be blessed. Don't forget to smash that like button. And I'll see you all very soon. Take care.